Hello, beautiful human. I am Zach. That is Dan. And we welcome to the studio Zara Larsson.
Yes.
Woo!
Woo!
By the way, today's conversation being delivered to you by Gopuff. Ooh, Gopuff. You don't use Gopuff, right?
I love Gopuff.
Are you lying?
Yeah.
I love it. Lie more about it.
Yeah.
They're so good, aren't they?
Tell me about it.
Okay. It's the most convenient store you've ever used. Thousands of items available right in the palm of your hand. Seriously, whatever you need, delivered to you pretty much instantly. Try them out. Gopuff. Use my code when you're checking out. Zach10. You'll save $10 off your first 2 orders.
Amazing. Maybe I should use that.
Where do you think you got that Celsius from?
Gopuff.
Gopuff.
Hell yeah. Works every time.
Come on, Celsius delivered by Gopuff. And literally like booze, snacks, electronics, home goods, whatever you need, they
Beautiful.
got you.
It's US only, I bet.
Yeah, it could be expansion in the
Okay,
future. You never
we'll
know.
We'll see.
I don't know if they're active in Sweden.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing.
But what is like your time divide? Like, how do you divide your time between the States and home?
Yeah, I think it depends. It depends. I mean, last year, I think I spent like 9 months here in LA.
Wow.
But they give you like a grace year to do that. And then after a year, they're like, make up your mind. Like, how are you going to pay your taxes?
OT.
So I'm thinking this year I'll do obviously the summer touring or for festivals and that. And then I'll be home for some other stuff. But I really, really, really like LA. So maybe I'll like actually make the big move and just like get all my stuff, still have a place in Stockholm because, you know, that's my hometown. I love Stockholm. But just to create more of like a foundation, like a real, just like everyday life here and feel like home here.
Do you feel like that's what you're missing?
Maybe.
Is it hard to make music in a place that doesn't feel like home?
No, I would say maybe the opposite because I feel like I go here and I, like previously before last year, you go to LA and you work. You know, it's like I usually come, or you know, a couple of years ago I would come for a month and it will be like bam, 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 like work every day, studio every day, like no weekends off basically. And then I will go home and then I will come back and I will work for a month straight and it would just be like in this like work mode. And now when I have like friends and I'm starting to get more of like a, you know, weekdays, some activities like
balance?
that time
A life?
I mean, see, that's like don't you need to live to make art?
Yeah, I think so.
And technically you live in Sweden.
Yeah.
You just do all your living and then you come here and just do all your work.
Yeah, but now I feel like it's the opposite. You know, no, it's not. I don't know why I said that. I was gonna say that I'm off here and then I work in Sweden. But I would say it's more balanced actually. You're right. It's a lot more. It's balanced. It's nice. I like it that way.
Can we talk like? Can we start like in the juicy area here? Like, is this the biggest scandal you've ever been a part of? Fox News. What the fuck is this?
What happened?
The headline is Pop star Zara Larsson's take on talking in movie theaters gets roasted.
Why do they say that?
Quote, she deserves to be a flop. Swedish pop star says people who want a quiet atmosphere should stay home.
Let me add on to that. So funny because I posted this video on TikTok, you know, not thinking much about it. Like I was going to see like Megan or something. And I was like, I feel like we should talk more in the cinema. Like we should be experiencing it together. You know, we're in this room, all of us, and we should take advantage of that, you know?
Make friends, constructively talk about it.
But just like, I also think in my head, you must remember that I feel like it's different going to the movies in Sweden and going to the movies in America.
How so?
Like you guys are just in general a bit more a part of the movie, like invested in what's happening, more reactive, more loud, I would say. And in Sweden, we're a bit more quiet, you know? Doesn't really laugh. There's supposed to be laughter. Doesn't really react. Like we're supposed to be a reaction. And I'm a little mad. Like I chit chat quietly, but like I think you should leave a comment here and there. And like I don't mind talking to the screen sometimes. And I was just like, I feel like it should be more of like a social thing. People got so mad. And not only Fox News, like in Sweden, people were writing about it for every day for like a week. Like the cultural minister was a part of it. Like the our version of like, you know, AMC.
What?
Like it's been in every newspaper. I think people have probably written about like 30 chronicles, like real respected critics. Fucking Ruben Östlund, who did Triangle of Sadness, was a part of it. And he backed me up.
The New York Post wrote an article about it.
What is going on?
Like, I was like, hello, like, talk about my music.
Yeah.
Stream Can Tamer. It was wild. And also, I actually put that video on private on my TikTok now because I was a little dramatic. And I feel like people thought of me. I think also why people reacted so strongly is because they wanted to prove that, you know, like someone who is bothering people in the movies, I think stands for a specific type of person.
Disrespectful?
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I said in the video. I'm like, I'm disrespectful. When the truth is, I've like never really been asked to be quiet in the movies. Like I've never been asked to leave. Like in real life, that hasn't happened. So people are like, you should apologize. And I'm like, what should I apologize for? Like in real life, nothing has ever happened. And people just got so upset about it. It's kind of funny how a little thing that I just recorded for 30 seconds just became like it awoke like very strong feelings in people, probably more than speaking about like human rights.
Oh yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? But I think it's because it represents a type of person that a lot of people can relate to not wanting to be. So they wanted to make sure like, you suck and I would never do that.
By the way, talking in a movie at the right appropriate volume with somebody is not the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
You're not
what if
causing
somebody
a
was
nuisance.
talking in the movies and you missed something because somebody else was talking behind you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, Dan, you don't even.
You know what's funny though?
watch movies.
Literally, it was like poetic justice. So we went and saw. Me and my friend went and saw a movie like 2 days after. What's happening?
Fucking talking.
There is a couple. They won't shut up. And they're speaking loudly. They're taking calls in the cinema.
No, that's too much.
No, it's like comical. It's like we were looking at each other like, there's no way.
This is real.
There's no way this is happening. Like, it actually have never happened in my life where somebody have asked like, can you leave? You know what I'm saying? Like they were just going on and on. Stuff that had nothing to do about the movie. And they keep getting text messages. They didn't turn it on silent. They were like, just regular, you know, speaking volume. It was wild.
So what did you do?
I didn't do anything because I felt like this is my punishment.
Yeah, I feel like you poked the movie gods. You may be plagued every time you go to a movie theater.
No, I know. It was like, wow, this is like poetic in a way. Like I was just sitting there like, wow.
You manifested this for yourself.
Is this the universe I want to live in? I don't know. Maybe I'll take it back.
That is crazy.
It was actually crazy.
But
Yeah.
also in some way prove that you cannot be tamed.
You know?
In a full circle moment.
You know?
Stream the record.
Nice transition. That was good.
But it was actually wild how much people cared about that. I was like, interesting.
Does that scare you at all?
You just never know what's gonna like pop off and not, I guess, in this day and age. But I also, you know, I didn't feel that upset about it because again, in real life, like I can't really, the criticism or whatever you want to call it, it can't really affect me because like it's not real. Like I'm not disrespectful. So
Yeah.
if you want to tell me about me, like you're not even, you know what I mean?
Totally.
So I was just being a little dramatic
Well, but
in the video.
maybe more of like the fact that like when you speak, so many people have the ability to listen.
Totally.
It doesn't even matter what you say. It's just like
And I
you
also
say
think
anything.
people, you know, especially people who don't know me, they might see that video and think like, because I'm not a very serious person. For certain things, sure. But in general, like I'm kind of unserious about a lot of stuff. And I'm just like, I just want to have fun.
Yeah, I think if
And, like
people,
be a clown,
if
you
people
know?
followed you, they would understand your
Yeah,
humor.
I think my followers definitely got it. And then it just spread to like people that were outside of my bubble.
By the
You
way,
know?
people who listen to the records you've created over the years, because the records you made are really timeless and
Thank
very
you.
mainstream and wide-reaching. And
Yeah.
seriously, like
Yeah.
Symphony, just one of the many on the top of my head. Like that song has been heard
Yeah.
probably by every asshole in the comment section at one point. At one
But
point
they
in time.
might not follow me as a person.
No, but they know the
You know,
music.
they know the music probably. Yeah. But they might not think like that I am just like a professional clown on the side.
No, they don't know.
Yeah.
Wild,
Yeah.
wild. So
Yeah.
is
You once said that you have no time for small penises because it's the only thing guys are good for.
oh my God, you said that?
Yeah.
Got it.
But also,
I
like,
kind
how
of
serious
agree.
is that? Pretty serious.
Dying when I
Pretty
saw
serious.
that.
Yeah. It was like, so I remember someone commented something or something. I was just like, anyways, shush. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Truly, though, they really are only used for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
One moment of silence.
it's just further proof back to the record
Yeah.
that you really you are yourself.
Yeah. And I think I want to like remind myself that like, just be myself and for others to be themselves and to have fun and not really try to conform myself to how other people might view me, because we're just here for like 80 years or something. And then we don't know where we go. So we might as well just have a great time and just do whatever we want in a little considerate way. You know, I'm not going out of my way to like make others' days bad. But for myself, I want to do like, I just want to, sometimes I used to have a blog. Excuse me. I used to have a blog growing up from like the age of 13. And I posted some videos on there and they're insane. Like, I don't really speak about stuff, but I do these like sketches and I look at them like, what are you on? Like they're crazy. And the fact that I just posted them and thought like, fun, you know, like I love that energy and I love that vibe. And that's also a thing, you know, like looking at Doja Cat, she might not like think, oh, what am I gonna do now? Or like, oh, how am I supposed to? I think she just do whatever she wants to do. And I feel like that is extremely liberating. And that is the energy that I have and that I want, and that I think I really don't want to lose that of like just being myself, because I think a lot of people could have so much more fun in life if they just, you know, stop caring about what other people think is cringy or what other people think is like lame, and just, you know.
Do you think being you and showcasing that to the world gives people a better understanding of your music or allows them to more deeply connect to it?
Good question. Because I feel like I want my music and me as a person to merge, but I feel like, you know, I'm making like serious records in the sense of like I'm not Lil Dicky. You know what I mean? Like he's a very unserious but really talented artist. But I do want to show maybe people that you can be multifaceted. Like we all have a lot of different sides to us as human beings. And I think maybe when you're in the public eye, it's kind of confusing for people to not like being able to put you in one box. Like I think naturally us humans wants to put stuff in like categories. And then we're like, oh, but why are you so unserious here, but you're doing like serious music? Like, I don't know. I think I just want to show people like I'm a person and you can be both. Sometimes you can be sad. Sometimes you can be happy. Sometimes you can be funny. And that's just life, maybe.
Do you think your music over the years have gotten more deeply connected to your reality, or are you?
I think so. Yeah, I think so, actually. I've actually been thinking about that. And I find it really hard the older I get, maybe, or like the more I do this, I want to talk about stuff that I am experiencing, which hasn't really been the case, which is fine for, you know, writing in that. But yeah, I think it's like really hard for me to write about something that I'm not going through like in the moment. I used to, you know, like one of my favorite songs that I've ever released, which I didn't write myself, but She's Not Me, which I don't even think is available outside of Scandinavia. Yeah. But it's one of those songs where I'm like,
That's weird, right?
I know.
I don't even know what that
should
is.
release it.
Where's Scandinavia? I honestly don't know.
Are you joking?
What?
Where's Scandinavia? Do you
No,
guys
you're
know?
lying. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Of course, Zach. Do you?
I mean, you know,
Yeah, no,
for
you
the sake
don't.
of the conversation, I'm going to say yes.
You have no idea. Does anybody in the back know where Scandinavia is?
Are you serious?
They're saying nothing. But the truth is, like, all the
Oh, now
Americans.
people are laughing on the floor.
I just feel like all the Americans have no idea where Scandinavia
Yeah,
is.
she has no idea
And
either.
everybody who's not from this place is like,
Fucking
no
Scandinavia.
shit, duh. Yeah, somebody was just on the floor.
No idea where Scandinavia is. Honestly, couldn't even spell it.
Baffled.
Skin is spell it?
Oh my God, what am
She
I
doesn't-
doing
Nick
here?
doesn't know either. I'm telling you, the American
Nick doesn't
Carlos,
know
you
either.
know, the
Carlos
Americans do not know where Scandinavia is.
And
This
I
is
spelled
fuck-
it SK and turns out it's SC.
Oh
so,
Jesus! Oh my God, this is embarrassing. I'm sweating.
would you like to? Oh, it's in Sweden.
It's Sweden,
It's on the border.
It's Sweden,
Sweden,
Norway.
Norway,
You could, I
Netherlands,
guess,
right?
you can include Iceland
Denmark?
in that.
Sweden
Yeah.
looks like a penis.
Iceland, Denmark. I had an idea.
You know you didn't. You would have said something if you did.
Northern Europe.
Oh, it's between Sweden and Norway.
It is Sweden and Norway.
It is like a collective of countries, basically, in Northern Europe.
I would love to visit.
I don't know if they fucking want you there now, or me.
Wow, but you know what? I'll take it, I guess. I don't know all the states in America,
Exactly.
but you should know Scandinavia. I'm sorry.
You should know all the states in America.
No, you
Do you?
shouldn't.
Yeah, I've heard of them at least.
I've heard of them too. I've probably been in all of them, like
what-
on these little radio runs.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So why is your
Yeah, you've probably been there twice, to be honest.
so why is your favorite song of all time only available in a place that nobody knows about?
Because it was one of the first songs that I released, and my first album, which I actually do have one before So Good. It's called One, creative, and it's the first one that I released, and
Never
I
guessed.
only had a deal in Scandinavia, which you now know is Northern Europe. So yeah, just licensing wise, it was just, you know, tied to that specific area
Region.
in the world. Yeah. But now maybe I'll just talk to Universal and say, hey,
What
why
if
don't
you-
we release this?
Or re-record it or something.
Yeah.
You own your masters now.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Have we talked since then? I don't think
No,
so.
we haven't.
No.
That's fucking wild.
I know.
How you save up a
doesn't-
lot of money for that? Yeah.
Yeah. But also, you know, I think it's just obviously it's an amazing investment.
Oh yeah.
Because now I'm just in control over all the songs that I've done, and even the songs that I didn't write that I feel like is very I don't know what's going on with me today. Very career defining, you know, like Lush Life,
Oh, so
or
good.
other, like it's just songs that I wish that I wrote but that I didn't. I now have like,
A piece of.
yeah, like the whole piece.
That's crazy.
The whole cake is mine.
Wait, do you have Never Forget You?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I have all of them. Like
Oh my
the
God.
catalog basically, and it's like it's just such an opportunity that unfortunately not a lot of artists get to have.
No.
And yeah, I was just really lucky.
Well,
How did you come to terms with that? Like, did you plan for it for years? Like, did the
Yeah, it
opportunity
took a long
arise?
time. It took a long time because I was signed to 10, which is a Swedish label.
Got it.
And that was when I first got signed. So that's when I released, you know, the first album and all of that through 10. And they have a licensing deal with Sony.
Got it.
So I basically found out, you know, that they were down to sell their catalog, and I'm obviously like a part of that. And then I said like, I want my stuff if you're down to, you know, sell it to me. And he was down. Ola Håkansson, who runs 10, he was really down to sell it to me, which is great. I mean, sick. So I basically own the part that I like bought 10's contract, basically, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
With the licensing through Sony. So when
Holy
the
shit.
licensing deal is up, I own like 100% of that. But yeah, I own like the masters and the copyright, and it's insane. I mean, some people, you know, they sell their catalogs. I've seen like Justin Timberlake did. I think Justin Bieber did. But then we're also talking numbers of like 200 million. You know, I'm not really there yet, which is another opportunity that you could have. But for me to feel like I own it now, and I have a revenue of like income coming in, like a stream.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Is really good. So if I had a huge, I don't know, I am quite irresponsible with things. If I had like $200 million, I don't know how I would act. Like, I don't know.
We never see you again.
Right. No, I don't know if it would be different, but, you know, that's obviously a different position to be in. Maybe, you know, if I have like a couple of number one hits and I reach like 40 and I want to sell them again, I don't know. But
No, this is going to be worth good money.
yeah, and I think it's just really nice to have. Maybe for my kids.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have a nice amount of hits under your belt.
Yeah.
Sure do.
So it's really an amazing opportunity.
You know what we need? We need all those songs to be in commercials. They need
Yeah,
to be all
exactly.
synced all the time.
He loves that one.
They'll generate real revenue. They'll drive the
go.
value base all the way up.
Yeah, in every movie.
Oh, yeah.
In every commercial.
All of it. All
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Put it in a movie though, people might talk right through it. So got that issue.
They wouldn't even know that is playing.
With your album that's not released though, why not release it now that you can? The one.
Oh yeah, no, I should.
Yeah, you should.
I should. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so you can-
coming
by the
back
way,
to that.
That's where
Full
we're
circle. You control it, so take it out of Scandinavia. No?
No, I should. I could.
More...
Well, it's through also Universal when I signed with them, so we have to ask them nicely. But they could be down with it because back in the days I wasn't signed through Sony. I had the licensing deal through Universal. But you know, it's not impossible. So with the first album, right? I'm looking at Callie. But I think they would be down with that actually.
I like this. Knock on wood, manifest it.
Yeah, why not? But then She's Not Me on that album. It's basically talking about like how my boyfriend is leaving me for another girl, and at that point it just never happened. But now it has. but I was
So
saying
do you actually listen to that song
I love that song.
when you go through this tragedy?
I love that song. No. Well, yes, no. I was just really mad. I didn't no. I should didn't. Maybe I should. It's sad. It's heartbreaking, and it's kind of real. And I felt it, even though I hadn't been through it at that point. And I feel like, you know, I guess it's almost like being an actress or being an actor, that you put yourself in a situation or a role, and then you play the part, and you feel it. But it's hard for me right now to talk about something that I'm not going through. If I write, you know.
But when you actually go through a breakup, do you reflect back on that record? Because it takes on a whole new meaning.
Yeah, I mean, the only like really bad breakup I went through was with my first boyfriend. And ever since, I've only had one other breakup before that. I mean, after that, which was super mutual. I think I cried about it one time. And it was just meant to not, like, we were just like, I don't feel like we should be together anymore. And it was like, I don't feel like either. Take care. Like,
can I ask, like, what were the signs that it was going downhill?
We were just not compatible. It wasn't deeper than that. It was just...
Yeah, but how so? Like, how is it like presenting itself?
I think just like very different interests, very different ways of communicating, very different goals in life maybe. And like our friends wouldn't really be... Like, I think just nothing in life was really compatible. And also... the humor, which I think is like one of the most important things.
Oh yeah.
Like, I gotta be able to laugh with somebody, and if you lose like the fun in a relationship, then it's just like, I don't know. Yeah.
Sure.
So it was actually not, you know, nothing deep or so, but it was time. So and now I have a great boyfriend, and yeah, I hope I don't have to listen to She's Not Me and like relate. Let's hope so.
Where does Tame her come from?
She comes from Stockholm in Sweden, and she was made with a Minike.
Never Forget
Yeah,
You.
Never Forget You. Yeah.
Yeah, a little hit that you own the masters of. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Sync that shit again. Give that baby new life.
Right. And it was also done with the Swedish producer duo Mother, and it just comes from, I don't know, they played us this synth very early 80s. We were listening to some of the songs from the early 80s, and I just really liked the energy that it had. And it's definitely, we weren't really like, well, I guess, you know what, I guess when you go in the studio, the main goal is to like, let's write the first single, you know, like let's do a really good song. But we were just jamming. It basically wrote itself, and it's about a person who goes out at night on the town and is very unapologetic, very free. She does whatever she wants and nothing can stop her. And it's also told through like a third person perspective, which I think is kind of fun because you're really telling a story. And
Whose story are you telling?
mine, maybe, I guess. Yeah. Or like, you know, who I feel like when I listen to the song is like embodying what I want to feel. Like it's giving me a lot of confidence when I listen to it. It makes me feel really excited. It gives me like energy, and yeah, I just feel like a really fun girl. Yeah.
Is there like a sonic? Is there a sonic tone that you're setting with this song that is gonna follow for the rest of the album, or no?
No, and it's so hard because, you know, when I listen through my album, there's not really one song that is representative of for the rest of the album. I think the only thing is like the quality of the songs are probably the highest that it's been so far in my career. Like it's definitely for me, is a step up in like, I don't know. I also feel like it's a lot more dynamic.
Like, what is quality though? Like, how do you define that?
It's hard, isn't it? Because it's all subjective, I guess.
That's
but,
it, yeah.
I just feel like it feels like it's very thoroughly worked through. And all the sounds feels really, they feel good, they feel big. But even songs that just have like one track of piano with one track of vocals on it. And you know, it's kind of heartbreaking. And then it has some like club bangers, and then it has some more hip hop drums, and then it has some like it's a lot more dynamic, the album in general, than, for example, Poster Girl, which was pretty much like a pop album, a beautiful like pop album straight through. But this one is bringing it, I guess, a bit more back to So Good, which had a lot more like, hey, you know, like it was, it was like feeling in my ear, which I love. And it's so me. Like, I love all types of music, and pop is fun because you get to like experience that with different sounds if you want.
Is this album done?
Pretty much, yeah. Not specific, like production wise, there's still stuff to do, but the frame of it and like the songs, I would say, are all there. But then I'm always down to do a couple more sessions. I'm always down to like, if somebody sends me a song that, you know, it's not done until it's done, but I feel very confident. And it's not like, oh, we're looking for new tracks. Like, it doesn't feel good enough. I feel really good about it.
Is there a dream session that you wish you could get into?
Ooh. I don't know, because you know what's also nice about this album is that most of the tracks have been done with a small group of people, and that's been quite different from for like a long period of time. And I did a lot with like Justin and Julia on Poster Girl, but it was quite like in a smaller time frame. Now I feel like I've worked a lot and wrote a lot of songs with Rick Knowles, and then Danger has been producing a lot of it with him, and then also Mother has done some songs. So I feel like me and Rick have been in like a little bubble, and that's been really nice. And he's also one of the people who are like, he don't want other people there, basically.
Yeah.
It's like me, him, one other person, max. And then he also expects a lot from me. I feel like he's like, okay, well, you have to bring me like titles. You have to bring me ideas. You have to bring me melodies. You can't show up and be like, because that's what I've usually been doing. Like, let's wing it, let's see how I feel. But now it's more like purposeful. And I like that he puts that expectation on me because it pushes me a little bit. And he's, I think I've learned a lot from doing that with him. And then I said, that's not good enough. And he said, yes, it is. And I said, no, it's not. Or vice versa. When he says, no, that's not good enough. And I have to be like, no, it is. And he said, no, it's not. And I say, yes, it is. And he's like, I've also built like this confidence in being a writer, I think, by doing this album. Yeah.
Does owning your masters give you any new confidence?
In the studio, not really.
But in the boardroom?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It puts you in a different position. But like creatively making something, I don't think is ever gonna change unless you like do the work in the studio. You know what I mean? But I do feel like I have a stronger position in, whatever might be a question in the business side of it.
You have increased the quality of this album
I think. Yeah.
compared to stuff you've already put out. But do you set any other goals or have any other expectations for yourself before embarking on this process?
Well. I think I always want to get a number one. I mean, you're always one song from a number one. So that's always my goal. Like, I want mainstream world domination.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I want like success.
I mean, when Fox News is talking about you and your thoughts on the movie theater.
Like,
it's working, baby. It's working.
But like Fox News, because they're the only ones who are going to write such a stupid fucking article.
Yeah, but when you break middle America like that, we love to see it. We love it.
But
all press is good press for the most part.
You know what? It is
as long
true.
as you're not killing anybody or doing fuck things.
Did they?
Yeah, of course they did.
And I'm like, wow, it's so true though. Like, I don't like being in the fire of like, controversy. But
I mean, when it's this type of controversy, like, come on, this is a blessing.
It's so weird how that is.
Sister, like, again, they're talking around you about movie theater conversation.
Yeah.
It could be way worse.
Totally.
Like, what? That's great.
I know. It's so true.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you keeping your boyfriend private or is he out there?
No, he's out there.
Yeah,
he's out there.
Yeah, you help him get followers and stuff or what?
Oh, not like that.
No?
No. I do post him sometimes, but I feel like we're not really like, you know how some couples have like a joint TikTok account and they post. Yeah. That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't want to build a brand around my relationship. And I think I did that a little bit with like my ex and also just how we met because I saw him on Twitter and I was like, hot guy.
That was the eggs guy. How you like your eggs in the morning, right?
Yeah. Which became like a story, in itself.
But sometimes the hot ones are the one you didn't know him. You bonded over eggs because he was hot. And then he found out you had nothing in fucking common.
Yeah, but we still stayed together for way too long.
Yeah, because you both are hot.
Yeah, basically.
Because hot people try to figure it out.
And I was like, maybe I'll break up with him next week. Like he's so hot. Is he funny? No.
I'm telling you, you need a hot and an uggo. You need a hot and an uggo. They balance the fucking universe out, man. And I also think for hot people,
and an ugly person?
Yes, hot person and hot person.
Yeah.
They do not go well together.
Well, my boyfriend is quite hot, I have to say. Yeah, but you know what? We were also friends for a really long time.
That's
friends to lovers is the way to go.
God, I get that tattooed over my ass. Fuck.
Yeah.
That is a tramp stamp.
Yeah, friends to lovers is the way to go. I truly, truly believe so.
Did you make, had you had any romantic moments previous to you guys actually,
no, because I always was in a relationship.
Yeah.
And, he's very respectful. He would never, try some shit with me. But, I think just, hanging out, sometimes it's is this something, is it a tension? Or is it not? Am I being crazy? Because you can always feel the chemistry a little bit, and then you choose how to act on it. But we took it very, very, very slowly when we when I was single and we kind of started hanging out a bit more, we took it like very slowly.
Did you feel the tension though previous to that?
A little bit, yeah. I think you always do. It's just like how much should I
How far
think
you can
about
go?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can feel it, but you can still be like, okay, cool. Like, am I only feeling this, or are you feeling this too?
God.
Like, you know what I mean?
Friends to lovers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good song title.
Mm-hmm. Friends to lovers.
I do believe like the perfect lover / best friend is like, or like life partner is your best friend, you know?
Mm.
Because really, you end up spending a lot of time with these people.
No, your partner has to be your best friend.
Yeah.
Like, if they're not, then it's not the right person.
No, you have to enjoy yourself in silence and everything in between.
Yeah,
So,
I think so.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Daniel?
You're learning to fly helicopters.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. You don't do that. That's a liability.
When you told me
I
that,
hate that. Who's gonna? You got a will? You got a will? Bitch, you got fucking masters in your name.
Yeah.
You need to have like what the
you
fuck?
can buy your own
And you're-
helicopter.
No, they're so dangerous, and you're gonna trust yourself
Yeah.
driving one of them?
Yeah. They're not that dangerous.
No, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
Well.
You just got to do, it's about the pilot, baby.
Are you a good
So
pilot?
you're just gonna do it
Not
yourself?
yet. I can't even Hoover.
What?
I don't know what that.
It's hard.
Yeah,
That's the hardest part.
the hovering is the hardest part.
Yeah, it's always saying now Hoover. What's a Hoover?
Hovering.
What's a Hoover?
I mean,
is that a thing?
It's
Isn't that a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah,
it
I
is.
can't do that either. Yeah.
Wait, so why do you want to learn how to fly a helicopter?
I think it's my like academic. I think it's like making up for not graduating high school or something.
Dude, what? Are you crazy? Yes.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's something that I want to do it because first of all, I think it's really fun and a cool thing to do. It's a challenge, isn't it? And then you have to put in. I always say like if you go to the studio and you put down like 100 hours in the studio, like you might write a good song. If you put down 100 hours in the air, like you are getting a certificate. You know?
Yeah. But
It's very absolute, and it's very much about your own discipline and how you want the outcome to be is what you're gonna get.
But do you plan on using this in a practical situation? Like, are you gonna fly yourself
know.
places?
You can fly yourself from like LA to Coachella.
Sick, but
Serious.
like you have to own a helicopter, I guess, or rent one, which is
I don't
expensive.
know I don't know. I actually don't know. I think I just do it because
Have you flown a helicopter yet?
yeah, I have a couple hours in. I have a long way to go though, but you know, I've been up quite a few times, and
Whoa. Were you able to land?
no, it's so you see the takeoff and the landing stuff. Well, I've landed, but the takeoff is the hardest part. I think.
You
That's
just click up.
terrifying.
You don't just go up.
No, so you
I don't know.
yeah
Up.
you can,
Nah, dude.
but you wanna like just how the physics work. I guess it's just you wanna build some momentum because the takeoff and the landing is the most dangerous
Yeah.
things. Also in like aircrafts, you want to build some momentum because if the engine
That's the end.
No, I wanted.
let me come back when I have my license, guys.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you
I
come
don't
to me
get
when
like
you got
too
100
much. I'm
hours.
only a
Over
few
that one
hours
time
in.
that you were getting your helicopter license, and I'm going along with him. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? I had no idea it was an actual helicopter until you posted a photo. I was like, oh shit, it's a real fucking helicopter.
Yeah. But I think I want to do it because like
This is
knowledge
crazy.
is an easy way to carry. Just knowing how to fly a helicopter, like why not?
I guess. And
And then we'll move on
Yeah,
to
what?
the bigger ones. You know, I'm only on an R22 now. R44 I'm gonna do too, and then I'm gonna do maybe like the European ones, the little bigger ones, and then we maybe move on to the aircraft.
Do fucking
planes.
Marine One? Like,
Yeah, I'm coming in the Black Hawk next time. Could you imagine that? Just me and my crew.
first of all, like,
Can we land on the Amazon rooftop? Is your pilot speaking here? Is Foxtrot Alpha?
this is crazy.
231. Yeah.
Well, because like, have you ever been in a helicopter? Like, they're talking
No,
all the time. There's constant communication going on,
Yeah.
and like the physics are real because
Yeah.
you have to do math and science in your head in real time, right?
I guess.
I guess you're the
guess.
fucking pilot. What do you mean you guess?
Jesus Christ. I
Yeah, but
think,
I think
don't
it's
know.
gonna be it's a fun challenge. And you know what? Maybe I'll end up not using it. And but then I can tell myself like,
You try?
no. I'll end up getting the certificate, but
Okay.
maybe I won't end up like flying. But then I can tell myself like
You did it.
did that.
Yeah.
Boom.
And
Check.
if you needed to, you could fly a helicopter.
If I needed to. If there's an emergency,
End of the world situation.
you know who to call.
Honestly, if you're in LA,
Yeah. Maybe you'll see me. Maybe I'll just switch careers and I'll just start doing like tours of like Las Vegas.
Catch her flying around Manhattan.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing here? Yeah.
I hope you don't end up there. I don't think you will.
We'll see. But it's fun. And it's also like something that's completely different from the music.
True.
It's so not like creative in any way. You know what I mean?
But
It's
do you have
very-
a brain like that?
That's what I want to find out.
Okay, so let's find out in the air while working, I don't know, a few
you know what it
thousand
is?
pounds of machinery and that have numerous blades attached to them. The fuck?
Because there's so much thing you need to do. Like my brain needs to be stimulated at all times. And I think if you fly an airplane, once you're up in the air, you're kind of up in the air. Like you don't need to do that much.
It's landing and taking off.
When you're flying helicopter, you have the
Oh.
pedals. You hold one thing with this hand. You hold one thing with this. Like there's basically 3 things or 2 really that you need to constantly fly. Like you can't let go of anything. Like you need to be on that shit.
That's my nightmare.
So it's my dream because then I can't like, let me just check my phone real quick. Like you can't do that. I feel like I struggle with that when I drive, even a car. I'm like, I'm just gonna, you
Yeah,
can't do that.
totally.
Yeah. So I
Do
think
you-
it's good for my brain to be like constantly stimulated.
Where do you go? Like where are you learning?
Burbank.
Oh, so in LA.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Burbank.
Sick.
That's where they all live, the helicopters.
All the helicopters ever.
That's where they party.
They go to Van
Yeah.
Nuys.
Exactly.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
So is your boyfriend with you here
No.
in LA? No.
No.
He's in Sweden.
He is in Sweden.
God, I wish I
Yeah.
could see a photo of him.
I'll pull it
That
up.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you gonna?
Do you know what's so funny?
What?
So he's doing a little visa to come here and be
Little
with
O1
me.
action, or what is he doing?
Well, yeah, he's a dancer,
oh, whoa.
and but he has to do a little tourist visa because he's a criminal.
OT.
Yeah, he's got a weed charge. It's nothing.
Oh, what the fuck?
But he needed to do a little visa. I need to find it.
What's
'cause
his name? Lamin?
Lamin.
Lamin
Yeah,
Homan.
he's amazing. And he needed to take photos for the visa. And then he decided to put this shirt on.
An orange one.
Oh my god, it looks.
It's like a mug shot.
yeah. He looks. He's giving.
Whoa, look at this guy right
He's
here.
giving penitentiary.
I know.
Holy shit, he's gorgeous. Yo, is that a nose ring?
Yeah.
That's a nose
But
ring.
he is
Oh wait, he's the one you were dancing with. In the
Yeah,
the
Talk About
video.
Love.
Yes, that's right.
But he's amazing and he would love to come here too. He's also working right now, you know.
What's our show?
Sorry?
He wants to come here, do our show, do an interview here.
Yeah.
Everyone's invited. God, how do you meet this person?
Just friends in common.
Huh?
Yeah, through actually my dancers. I've never danced with guys, but you know, I've had like my dancer girls in Sweden, and Stockholm is a small place,
Yeah.
you know, so I've just met him through there, and yeah, we all just hang out like a big happy family, like all my friends. It's nice when you have friends in common.
There is like
even
a
before.
young Hollywood crew over there in Stockholm, isn't there? Like a little like
Is it? Tell me about
influencer
it.
circle.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
I
They're
didn't
all
get the
over there
invite.
doing something.
I feel like I hang out in my little bubble. I rarely like go out even. I think I went out a lot when I was like 16, 17, 18, 19. And then now when I'm 25, I'm like,
I can't believe you're 25.
don't say
In
that.
like a good way or
Wait,
bad way.
no. When did we meet you? Well, no. I wish I was 25. I'd give my left limb to go back in time. When did we meet you for the first time? Can you look that up?
Yeah, it was like 2016 must have been.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Isn't that
Holy
crazy?
Shit, yeah. That's
Time
a long time.
flies. Time
Yeah.
really flies.
That's really frightening. Ah,
And I guess the older you get, the faster it gets,
that's
isn't it?
the T.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But look at us, still here.
That's knock on wood.
I love that you have a lot of wood.
I love wood.
Yeah.
I mean,
fact,
Very
this
cozy.
marbled table here is actually wood.
Love.
Yeah.
yeah.
February 18th, 2016.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So almost exactly.
A long time ago. Was that your first trip here?
What is it? Like 7 years?
Something.
I'm not.
That's like 7 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 7, guys.
Yeah, 7.
See?
That's
Quick
7.
maths.
Damn. Almost a day? Oh
Yeah.
my God. What
Yes.
the fuck?
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Saturday would be the 18th.
Wow. Almost
That's
anniversary time.
So
Happy
weird.
anniversary.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Mm.
That just gave me some weird goosebumps because that's so weird.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It really is. Ooh.
When did you that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. And you've grown so much. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Yeah.
I mean, you own your fucking masters.
I own my fucking masters.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So this album is not officially done yet, but there's
Not
something
officially. Oh, for sure. Got a lot of fun stuff.
there. What's the name of it?
I think I'm between 2 titles. I don't want to say it yet, but I also feel so like insanely calm about just releasing stuff now because I am so well prepared. I think previously I've been stressing.
Yeah, wasn't Poster Girl like a fucked up kind of release?
It was just I'm so happy in a way that I'm kind of over that bump because it really felt like, I don't know, if it was so much pressure and like it was really hard to make. I feel like I made 5 albums in the cycle of making 1 album. And I probably could have released 5 albums too. And I think just like the pressure of going from So Good to Poster Girl was really, really hard.
Why
and
though?
then
What was it attached to?
I think I just wanted it to be like commercially like super successful. And So Good is basically just, a collection of singles, really, But Poster Girl, I actually didn't really know specifically what I wanted to do. And I think I put so much pressure on myself, and eventually I was just like, this baby has to be birthed. Like, it has to come out. And it's funny because Justin and Julia and I, we had like a week, and I think the majority of the songs, or at least 4, were written in that last week before we turned in the album. So, you spend like 4 years in making it, and then it's just like the last week of it. It's just boom, 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 boom. I'm ready. Like, I'm done. And I think in a mind of someone who's, the blessing and the curse of never truly being satisfied with anything, that's just what you got to do. You got to give yourself a deadline, and then that's just what it is. Also, it was hard because it was COVID and that. I love the album a lot. I think it's great and super fun, but it was a struggle making it because just for myself and like my identity and like how do I move past So Good and like, I don't know. I think I'm always struggling with that a bit because my taste and my sound is everything in a way. Like, I like a lot of different stuff, which is also, why I love Rihanna. And why I think a lot of people love Rihanna is that she can do anything. And I think that's also what I would like to do. I would just like to do really good songs.
And
that's it.
Do you believe that's going to come to fruition in this new album?
I hope so. I think this album feels, in a way, like personal, but also really fun. It's also really hard to talk about an album, I find, when you're like in it, if you know what I mean. It's kind of easier to look at it from the outside when it's been marinating for a few years, like So Good and Poster Girl and that. But yeah, Poster Girl was also thinking a lot about like who I am, like we talked about in the beginning, like who I am as a person, a regular me on a day-to-day, and then like the pop star version of me, and like how they differentiate, yeah. And like, are they, and like what is well, I'm getting very philosophical, but I do think it's I don't know. I just, at the end of the day, I just want to make songs that I really, really love. And I feel like the making of this album has been just more, I've been even more involved, even in like the creatives. And I think that's always what it is, like moving from album cycle to album cycle, I feel like. And also the older you get, that's just what it's supposed to be. Like, obviously, I want my next album after this upcoming one to be even better, and I want to feel even more proud of it, and like for it to always level up, basically. But yeah, I think I just feel really, really calm and happy about it this time. I have no like anxiety over it.
That's special.
Yeah, and it might just be because like Poster Girl was in a way a release of that tension and the pressure that I had on me. And now making this album has been a lot more joyful, and I've really like enjoyed making music again, and not so much like having to prove not only to myself but like other people, I think, that I'm like a good artist. I think or maybe also, you know, the older you get, the more you know your own worth. But I'm just thinking back at it, and I feel like it's been really fun to make this.
When is it coming out?
This year. I don't know exactly when.
It's middle of February.
So
We got
got it. We have
10
11
and a half
months.
Soon. No, it's coming out. I don't want to say a month, but it's coming out.
We'll just stick with this year.
Yeah, like December 31st.
All right, cool.
Sick.
This year for sure.
By the way, you can listen to all of Zara Larsson's music on Amazon Music. There's going to be a link in the description below. What do you think?
That's right.
How cool is it when Britney Spears was dancing to Love Me Land?
So cool. Honestly.
Yeah.
I wish you could have done a whole like video with only that. It fits her so well.
It does.
You know?
It looks so natural.
I'm like, yes, Britney, twirl, twirl. I loved it.
Did you just see it online for the first time like everybody else, or did somebody send it to you?
No, somebody sent it to me, and it was like, oh my God, how iconic. Like, she's dancing to your song. And it is kind of crazy just seeing the people that you grew up like looking at and listening to, kind of like listening to your music, you know, like two worlds blending in a way. It's kind of wild.
Like, you grew up listening to her, and now she's listening to you.
Like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
you
thought
will
that
be
was-
that for somebody else one day too. Just probably not as
Yeah.
crazy as Britney Spears. No offense, we love you.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing thing to think about, actually. Like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
What else?
Last question is: are any of these songs have Swedish in them, or are they all English?
All English.
Why is that? You ever sing in Swedish?
No.
What are you're lying. I'm being told
you
you're
have
lying.
once.
No, I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Sorry. I thought you meant like on this album.
Well, yeah, I was
You
asking,
can only hear those songs in Scandinavia though.
Right.
Yeah, I never heard them.
I have. I think that you might be right, actually. I have been saying, and that's also a full circle moment, because I have this artist. She's called Carola, and she was one of my absolute favorites growing up. Like, she's just a legend in Sweden, and she only sings in Swedish. And I was doing this late night kind of concert during COVID. We couldn't have any live performances, so it was like a really big commercial channel that produced like a full hour of like a concert, basically, and it was set in this amusement park, because that's where we have a lot of concerts.
Wow.
I had that maybe last year. Who else was there? Like a lot of, like, Dua Lipa was there at the amusement park. I know like Bob Marley's been there when he was like, it's like a legendary stage. So anyways, we had a concert there, and you could like invite an artist to sing with you if you wanted. And they were like, we should have like some like cool like hip hop act. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. But I would love to have somebody that like makes sense in my life and that I grew up with listening to. So Carola was like my number one choice, and she was so down for it. So we did a duet with like one of, in my opinion, her best songs, and that is in Swedish. And then when we did that, the people were like, release it. So we just released it for fun, and it went really, really well in Scandinavia. And that was such like a full circle moment of like, how beautiful. Like, I just love you. I've been listening to you growing up my whole life. And now you're like a guest on my show. And I get to sing this sickening song with you. And then we released it, and like, it just felt like a very natural, you know, it wasn't forced in any way. It wasn't like promoted as like the next big single. It was just an organic Swedish hit because it was already a hit. But you know, I got to be a part of it, and like
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, but
Full
I don't
circle.
think I would release like my own song in Swedish, because then it's very limited to Sweden. Yeah. But it was really nice to do that thing. And it wasn't planned like it. It was just something that happened, and it worked so well.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know. Maybe I have like a few. No, I think that's corny. I don't think I'll ever. No. I'll stick to English.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Let's keep it international.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Listen to Zara Larsson's music, all of it, on Amazon Music. Well, the stuff that's available here, not just in Scandinavia. You can check it out. Link in the description below. Are you good?
Yes.
Zara Larsson, you're amazing.
You're amazing.
Thank
You're
you as
amazing.
always.
You're amazing.
Zara Larsson, everybody.
Yeah.